So it is November, we've had the first frost of the winter, and in general temperatures are pretty cold, but that's not going to stop me carp fishing, and a quick 24 hours ahead of me to hopefully get a bite. Quite often you get one opportunity when it's like this, but it can be really rewarding if you get it. And you may say, why am I standing in a beer garden? Well, that's because we're at the Lenwade Bridge Inn, and just behind me is the lake that we're going to be fishing. Now normally I'll be hopefully sitting here, couple of pints, bit of enjoying the sun, but it's all about the fishing. So the reason I'm standing here is I can see 80% of the lake pretty much, and everybody knows that location is so key this time of year. So the barrow's going to stay loaded. I'm going to watch the water for a bit. If not, we're going to have a walk around and see if we can find our first location to attack. So that's 3 rods out on the spots and fishing. I saw one fish just in this little bay behind me, and that's the only thing I've seen, so the first thing to go on. Really simple rigs. I've got 2 spinners with yellow pop-ups on 2 rods, and 1 rod just on a simple bottom bait topped with a little orange pop-up. Couple over the far side and 1 tucked underneath the willow, and it's now just a case of sitting back a little bit and see if anything happens. Now, to give you kind of a time frame on it, slightly different to what might be seen on other videos, I tend not to this time of year get down at first light, because a lot of day tickets run from 24 hours from when you start. I think personally for me, I learn much more on the first day, and I've got a better chance of catching on the second day because of what I've seen. So we got down here at midday. Now this time of year I'm only going to have about 4 hours until it gets dark, but it gives me enough time to get where I want to be fishing for the night and the next morning. That's when I think probably you may be the best chance of catching, when you've learnt a little bit by sitting and observing the water. So they're going to stay out there certainly for the next few hours. If nothing happens, we may move and see if we can find some fish ready for tonight or later on. But for now, I'm happy with where they are. They've all gone in nicely. I'm going to get the kettle on, and I'm going to get my eyes fixed on this water.
So the highlight so far is I've got 3G and can watch the football, because not a lot is happening, mate, is it?
Absolutely nothing.
I think, to be fair, that is pretty much winter carp fishing.
It is. You got one chance.
What we need, we want 1 bite, 1 fish. But yeah, very, very quiet. But what's the plan, mate?
Probably got an hour before it gets dark, so see if we see anything, make a final decision on it then, and hope for 1 bite.
And then food time.
Takeaway time.
We've got to have something different tonight, I think, as well.
I agree.
Chinese. Yeah. Back to the footy, I think.
Well, absolutely nothing to report down this end, not seeing anything. So I thought I'd leave Chris with the gear, walk down there, and there's been a couple of fish show, and spoke to a really nice chap who's actually had one, and so we're going to drop in down the other end. They say effort equals reward, so hopefully a move might be a change of fortune. Let's get it done. Well, that is the beauty of fishing off the Barrow. Moved down in probably under 5 minutes from the other spot. I know this swim pretty well. We've caught fish from it before, so I know what spots I'm going to fish, and I've got about half an hour to get the rods out, maybe an hour before it gets dark. So I'm going to crack on with that, get them out, get the bivvy up, because like I said, in the 5 or 10 minutes down here I was speaking to the chap who was in here. I see 2 or 3 fish show in the area. He's had one. There's definitely more going on down this end of the lake, so I think it's worth the move, worth the effort. Fingers crossed we get some reward for it. Well, that is ridiculous. I literally got one rod out. I was then putting the second rod out, and the first one is gone on a little spot near the island. If that proves anything about location is key this time of year, well, nothing else will prove it. You know, that's been fishing 2 or 3 minutes, literally 2 or 3 minutes. I'm a bit out of breath because I was unexpecting it, and I had to run down, grab my net, and like I said, I've not even got any of the other rods out. One rod out there, 2 minutes in the right place. They say all the while is worth 2 days in the wrong place. So let's concentrate on getting this one in, and hopefully we're gonna have one to show you. Everything shakes when you get on this time of year, because you know it generally could be your only chance you're going to get. Very, very nerve-wracking.
Could move some water then.
Yeah, feels like a nice one. That's a nice scaly one, that.
Winter carp.
Get it!
Look there.
Right. Without a doubt, one of the quickest bites after a move I've ever had, and I get so many people say, is it worth it, is it worth it, and that is all you need right there. Check the scales on that. That is a wicked carp. They always look better in the winter. I'm not going to weigh it, but I'm going to guess mid to high teen probably. He's not going to make 20 pounds. He's got a decent belly on him. Hold him here. Yeah, I'm going to give it high teens, but it doesn't really matter, because like I said, when you're fishing these cold days, long dark hours, sometimes you are fishing for one bite, and it is right here in my hands. So that is good, but we have got probably 5 or 10 minutes before it gets really dark. So I'm going to get this one slipped back, see if I can get them rods, or even a rod, back on a spot. Mate, one thing I haven't told you, when you catch a winter carp, there's something special. So I'm going to get these rods out, and I have got a treat for us. It is celebration time. I've got something good here for you, but while I'm doing this, both rods, or all rods, sorry, are now back out. I've got 2 rods right here in front of me, fishing really close in, so I'm talking a little bit quieter. One against the island, and I've just got one just down the 5 or 10 yards to my right, down by a little bush. But them rods are fishing, and more importantly, when you catch one after you feel like you've worked for it and you deserve it, and you need a little reward. So check this out down here. Stop filming me, get down here. Hot chocolate with a little cap full of Baileys. We need to stay sharp, but hold the milk Cap full of Baileys, and now it gets even better. Check this out.
I think this is generally the first time you've ever made me anything
Look
on the
at
bank.
This. Thank you back to me, the kid. Wait, we're not done. We're not done. And a dusting. Oh,
Look at that.
oh, chocolate. Check that out. That is the ultimate winter success story in a cup. Mmm. Oh, it's good though. Ah, feels good to get one.
I think I'm going with kebab today.
Kebab.
An actual kebab, yeah.
Large?
Yeah. Large mixed.
Large mix kebab.
Yeah.
No salad? Salad.
Salad. And a bit of barbecue sauce.
And barbecue sauce.
And some chips.
And
Standard.
some chips. Large?
Regular.
Oh, on a diet. Very
That is a slightly healthier option.
No, it's not, is it? Just because you added salad. I'm having 4 pieces of fried chicken with chips and some barbecue sauce. And that is that.
And
Ordered.
that is your turn to go and pick it up as well. After I literally got lost last time.
To be fair, you did. You were about an hour picking it up. Okay, I'll go get it. Yeah.
Let's get it on. So this is what we've gone for. I've gone for kebab and chips, and
Chicken and chips.
Chicken and chips.
Need is so cold. Walking the car and getting that. I think it could freeze tonight, so this is well needed. And to be fair, I just said to Chris we should do a little rating service, and it is really hot. You see steam come off. So
what are you giving it so far? What is the initial impression?
well, I've only had the chips, so I'll give the chips. Well, I'll give them a 6.
6,
And
yeah.
then I'll try the chicken in a bit. Let's try it now. Good. A collective 8.
8, that's
8.
quite high.
Yeah, that's good. Might be just because I'm freezing and I need some food.
Freezing and hungry. And what am I giving mine?
Looks good.
To be fair,
It's hot.
well, yeah, that get a point. And don't look too bad. I'll get back to you.
Well, an extremely quiet night, but to be honest with you, I did kind of expect it. It'd be interesting to see what your views are on this, and drop some comments below, because I very rarely this time of year catch fish at night. Now, last night it did get down to pretty cold. There was a touch of a frost, so that's how cold it got down to. And I don't know what it is, but I think daytime, as it gets cold in the winter, more chance of a bite. So I've left these for perhaps an hour into the daylight. And another reason why I mentioned at the start of the video I get down here after midday, because I've now got a good few hours to try and find these fish and catch another one. So although it was a quiet night, like I said, drop us a comment if you do catch night, but I generally do think more fish come out the day this time of year. So I've not lost hope. I'm going to get these rods refreshed and then start to scope out and see if we can see anything moving. Potentially we may have to move again, but just a quick refresh, some fresh baits, a little bit more inspiration, feel a bit confident again, and hopefully we can nick one more bite. that's it. It's enough.
Right, what is the plan, mate?
Plan is get rid of these two. I'm going to have one more roll of the dice, and I'm going to get packed up here, fish from the barrow again. Please leave that though. Fish from the barrow again, and just try some. I'm not really one for moving on a whim, but I've not seen anything, and I've give this a fair few hours since it's got light, so a move can't do any harm. If anything, proved yesterday a move was good. So I'm going to get these wound in, get this packed away, back on the barrow, and we'll have 2 hours somewhere else. Right, well, that's the move done. I've got 2 rods out and I've got 1 rod left to go, but I thought I might as well show you the rig that we've been using for this session. Now, standard lead clip setup, a little Illusion 20-pound fluorocarbon boom, and then a Ronnie rig or spinner rig, whatever you want to call it, with a little yellow pop-up. It's really just the perfect rig for a low line pop-up. It presents pretty much on anything unless it's really weedy, and the little chod that's on the bottom here is going to sit over that really nicely. And then on top of that, on each spot, I'm putting probably 10 to 15 boilies, and it's just about setting a trap for 1 bite. I said all the way through this video, 24 hours in the middle of winter, I'm happy with a bite. Now, I've already had that, and when you have it sort of 5 or 6 hours into the session, you kind of push it and you want 1 more, and that's what we tried to do with this move. So I am happy with how it's gone, but this one's going to get put out there now as well. 5-10 baits around it, and we're going to sit back for a couple of hours and see if a last minute move pays off. Well, that is it. Despite my best efforts, nothing to report today. And to be honest with you, I felt absolutely nowhere near a fish. The second day has been really quiet. It does feel like they've just gone off the feed a little bit. But if someone would have said to me at the start of the session, you could have a nice scaly one, I would have definitely taken it. Setting little traps, bright pop-ups, really neat baiting can really work well this time of year, and you can often get yourself a bite, and if you fall on them, sometimes you can have a few as well. So it has been enjoyable, well worth it for me. I do hope you've enjoyed watching it. Obviously, as always, it'd be really appreciated if you give us a like and a subscribe, and we'll see you again on the next one.